All throughout my childhood, people assumed I was a boy. They'd try to kick me out of women's toilets, and that still happens now as an adult. Often in toilets, people are confused by, I guess, the way I present my gender identity, but I identify as a girl, but people are not having it. I think for people trying to understand these issues and understand the experiences of their colleagues and stuff, I think an important thing to take away is that it's okay to ask questions and to ask for clarification. Much better to do that than to misgender someone or to kind of just freestyle in your own way.
From transitioning, I found that I was excluded from the working world for quite a while. For context, after I'd sort of finished a lot of my transitioning, in a 3-year period, it took me nearly 3 years to get a full-time job, and in there I had over 280 job rejections.
Within construction, I think a lot of people have this image that it's a very, very macho, very exclusive environment, and it's actually not at all.
I was really surprised at how open and inclusive people were. I'm dressed in a suit and tie and I'm very masculine presenting, and I really didn't have an issue with it. I actually had a lot of people compliment the way I dress, and that was actually really reaffirming to me and my identity.
As a society, we have to accept that people are happier when they're their authentic selves, when they present how they want to be, and a happier person is a more productive person in the workplace and in life.
I think organisations are finally beginning to wake up to the importance of real inclusivity. So I think there is an acceptance that organisations need to do better, but I think we're at the very beginning of the journey.
As a firm, we truly believe that we must provide at all times an environment that is inclusive and always underpinned by respect.
If you see things that are missing in your workplace, for example, work with D&I, work with your ally program, work with your network to make sure you put those changes in place. Because doing that one single thing, having that one single pledge from anyone in this room is going to have a huge butterfly effect.
The one thing that I would hope that an audience member would walk away with this evening is to have listened, to have understood, and to not be afraid of this issue.
Kind of emotional, pretty proud to work at Deloitte. It's kind of one of the only companies that I've ever come across that really take these things seriously. It's not just lip service.
Mae was definitely the most entertaining, but actually Leng sort of really left me with something in the get comfortable with not being comfortable was sort of a realisation of the perpetual cycle of development that we're going through. It was amazing.
It went from kind of laugh out loud at the start right through to kind of almost in tears because of some of the journeys that people have been to. So yeah, it was great.
I really like Mae Martin. I'm a lesbian, so that's how it works. But yeah, it was nice to see, I think, Amanda, who came out obviously in construction, which is really masculine. And I can't imagine how that would have felt. So that was a really interesting talk to listen to.
It was inspiring and it was funny and it was humbling. I learned a lot. I just thought it was great to have a panel of all trans people talking about trans issues, because having a platform for this stuff is so important.
We had 300 people sign up. I still got here at 6 o'clock and expected no one to be here, but I'm just so happy that the room was so full.
This was one of the best ones, firstly because it was hilarious. I thought Mae, the comedian we had speaking, was incredible, but also because it reminded me that as much as we've done as a network, there's still so much we need to do, especially around trans and the issue of gender identity.
We've introduced a gender expression and identity policy. We're holding events like this one to help kind of educate and inspire the community, the kind of corporate community more broadly. And we're also looking at our systems to understand and policies to understand what we can do to make those more trans and non-binary inclusive.
That was absolutely amazing. I've never seen the auditorium so full. We had an amazing panel, a real mix of people in terms of age and experience and background.
I go to a lot of talks, and that was probably the best certainly events that I've been to for a very long time. Really inspirational, great panel of speakers. So yeah, really proud to be here. So hopefully there'll be many more to come.